Nomzolisto ngizokufaka esigele. This is Champas Nomzolisto. This is This Day in History.
Okay, but to this day in history, this is Massive Metro Mzoliso, by the way. January 18, 1989, Botha was supposed to have resigned by then, and he was being difficult, but Washawa is stroke, by the way. The people of his party were not happy with him, and they wanted a new administration, but he was being difficult. And of course, he was supposed to have had a meeting with the representative of Namibia to discuss moving forward. Don't forget, at that time, South Africa had a lot of fights and a lot of military things that were happening in Namibia, but he wasn't willing to resign. But then again, the party decided to oust him out, and he still wanted to retain his power as a president, or rather any prime minister of a country. But then again, a failure. And then on the 20th, that's when he absolutely then lost his power. But that was actually the time when he was supposed to meet representatives in Namibia and have conversations with them about going forward. South Africa still wanted Namibia to become part of their province. So technically would be having more provinces if Namibia had become part of us. Later on, Mandela has conversations about Sam Nujowa, and then Namibia becomes an independent state. So we were actually saved by stroke as Ashau Madala at age 73. He was a tyrant, he was a very difficult man, but then again, he stroke some cutters, and then the party keep out. They still retained power, but the party was still pretty much in power. Nama policies Botha that made things very difficult for Botaki. Langi corner. That's why you got schools like UJ, which is the former Rao, because there were segregation laws. So Botaki one side, that would be the English in Alepezulu in Semelville, by the way, and then there would be the African Angapa Westini, there would be the other English in Ale Auckland Park, and then there would also, even far back than that, there would be what they later called it the Triumph. But there was a place called the Sophia Town, which was also in this area, because their kids used to go, the black kids used to go swim La Panezansi a Western Dam, and then they passed some segregation laws a couple of years back. Segregation laws then gave birth to places like Abo Soweto, Nabo Togoza, and everything, because the white people didn't feel anything with living with us. So it's a historic route langi khona njengamanje, and if it wasn't for his stroke, God knows where the black people would have ended up, because the presidents that came later needed to get to a situation where they can have a conversation about Botaki. That also included the apartheid government going to Lusaka with the British mining companies and go have a conversation about Tabombegi to see the future of South Africa, because they could see Guti, if they don't negotiate Botaki, then most likely we are going into a civil war. Okay, and then we ended up with this situation whereby a black child can go to the school. Turn around, that is a former Rao, which is now UJ. Okay, and this was strictly built for black people. It was also built as a bunker for white people. If should we attack them, kunama corridors langa pansi nama bunker underneath the UJ, where they would go there and they would have food, namanzi and everything, and while they stand and fight with us. It's built with concrete so strong, but even RPG, so the perfect tourism route would probably start up Empire Road, tell all the races and the nations of white people, go all the way past Pennyville, which is the old apartheid department, Sasibizwa Gamuhle, okay, New Canada, and then you'll find the dark colors in a place called North Geseg, and then more across the street to Orlando. That's when you find the black people, and then the black people get divided in different tribes that they are: Dobsonville, Amaxhosa, Ezola, Amazulu, Mletsane, Abatswana, Etladi, Abesutu, and then you go all the way until you hit a place called Naledi High, where actually the June 16 riots actually started. So a perfect tourism route would probably start from an Empire, go down all this. This road goes all the way to Soweto, if you didn't know. So yeah, and then we are back. We are living here as a Botaki in a neighborhood where our grandfathers used to make the gardens and our grandmothers used to scrape the floors, and now we own them, and the next generation of black corporate is actually studying in this establishment that was originally not designed for black people, all the way to Ivet University. That's me, that's your day in history. Water 7.
This is Champas Nomzolisto. This is This Day in History.
Only on Massive Metro.